about the tragedy we had up here during the winter of 1970? Well, a man named Charles Grady is the winter caretaker. And he came up here with his wife and 2 little girls, I think about 8 and 10. From what I've been told, I mean, he seemed like a completely normal individual. But at some point during the winter, he must have suffered some kind of a complete mental breakdown. He ran amok and killed his family with an axe.
You can rest assured, Mr. Ullman, that's not going to happen with me.
Mom?
Yeah?
You really want to go and live in that hotel for the winter?
Sure I do. It'll be lots of fun.
Yeah, I guess so.
For some people, solitude and isolation can of itself become a problem.
What, dude? They killed you and Danny.
You did this to me. Didn't you? How could you? How could you?
Here's Johnny!
Work and no play makes Miss the adult horror hostess. And you know I love to play in the snow. I know some of you wanted to snow, have already had snow, or wanted to quit snowing. I just love it. And that saying, in the ice cold of a snowy day, always reminds me of the movie The Shining. Remember the end scene where Jack is frozen outside? Woo! That's an eerie scene. Ooh. And of course, one of my other favorites is Jack Frost. Yes, don't you think Jack Nicholson should have starred with Michael Keaton? You know, since his name is Jack also. But you don't know Jack. But back to The Shining. Hey, they say if you watch this movie long enough, some of the scenes will begin to haunt you. Hey, what was that? Oh, oh, holy moly. Oh, well, I tell you what. What was that? Wow. I don't know. But more of The Shining discussion coming up, human creatures. We just kind of started up a spooky discussion about one of Stephen King's best. Yes, The Shining. And like I said, the more you watch it, the more it haunts you. Kind of like Hillary Clinton. Oh, yes, yes. Remember Danny's big wheel rolling all over the hotel? Yes. Well, I had a big wheel once, but I jackknifed it, and they had to use the jaws of life to get my legs out. Jackknifed? That's what goes on with Jack in The Shining. A lot of knifing.
Come play with us, Misty, forever and ever and ever.
What the hell? The Shining is putting a shine on me. I could have sworn I saw the twins that were after Danny.
And cozy back in your heart
Hello, Danny. Come play with us.
Come and play with us,
Danny. Come play with us.
Come play with us, Danny.
Danny, come, let's go pay. Come, let's go.
Dear customers, thank you for shopping at IKEA. Our store is open till 11 p.m. daily.
Hey, I found a shortcut through a hedge maze.
Get away, you little! No, go easy on the wee one. His father's gonna go crazy and chop them all into haggis.
What's haggis?
Boy, you read my thoughts. You've got the shinin'.
You mean shining.
Shh! You wanna get sued?
Red rum! Red rum! I have heard of red wine. You know, like the UB40 song? Red, red wine, you make me feel so fine. You keep me rocking all the time. Red wine. Woo! Oh, sorry, human creatures. I slipped into 1983. Red rum is murder spelled backwards. I know old news, but do you know that radar, roto, and reefer are spelled backwards? Radar, rotor, and reefer. Well, we have been talking about one of the greatest horror classics of all time, The Shining, yes. And some weird things have been happening to me, Misty Brew. I think I have conjured up the evil twins. I know it. But you guys have gotten a little older. Stay tuned, human creatures. We have some double trouble fun coming up with these two.
and a rendezvous. Your eyes held a message tender, saying I surrender all my love to you.
Grain Belt Premium, the beer that makes you shine.
Okay, we've been talking about the classic horror movie The Shining, and I seem to have conjured up twins from the movie. Hey, you guys look a little older now, I see. Yes. Hey, do you guys ever forget each other's birthdays? Well, which one of you is the ugly twin? Oh, well, wait. If you guys were a fruit, what would you be called? A pear! Oh, I knew I said the twins named Juan and Amal. If you've seen Juan, you've seen them all. They say as a parent, if you have twins, you do everything twice. I know I drink twice as much. You girls are creepy. You're creeping me out right now, okay? But I tell you what I will do. I will make amends, and I will knit you a W sweater, okay? Get it? A W like a V, like a D. Yeah. But, hey, I like you both, so I am going to call you Sissy Brews. Sissy Brews, yes. Okay, well, all right. Well, we've had some shining fun, human creatures.
Brought us sweet romance. I know all my whole life through I'll be remembering you, whatever else I do. Midnight, where the stars and you.
Hi, human creatures. Pick up t-shirts, posters, pins, and more at my official Misty Brew store at cafepress.com/Misty Brew.
It's alive. It's alive. Ugly, creeping mildew. Spray on Tilex Instant Mildew Stain Remover and mildew stains vanish with no scrubbing. Try Tilex. Get your bath laboratory clean.
There's an adventure in every bowl of alphabets.
Once when I was eating my alphabets, Dracula tried to get me. Oh no! What'd you do? I ate him. Good thing I had my alphabets. Post alphabet cereal's part of the balanced breakfast. Yeah? Well, once when I was eating my alphabets, a big ape tried to grab me. Oh no! What'd you do? I ate him. Good thing you had your alphabets. Yeah.
The earth is always shaking, it buckles in the wake. The old one's thunder breaking deep beneath the lake. The cosmic game's beginning, the stars are flaring forth to see the great unwilting, to see the great rebirth. Deep beneath the wicked sea involves of ancient doom. The old ones whisper patiently, soon, soon, soon.
We have such wonderful things to show you.
Stephen King, the master of terror and suspense, invites you to begin a journey to a place where fear never dies.
Ed, get down here now! Run, Danny!
We're going to do the scariest thing that's ever been on American television. We're really coming to get you.
Get ready for Stephen King's The Shining. From the best-selling novel comes a 3-part miniseries written by the master himself.
What the story is about, to me, is terror and suspense and an audience on the edge of their seat. The Overlook is the wrong place for anybody to be in the off-season because it's full of ghosts and it's full of old, violent emotion.
This epic story of a man's struggle against his own demons and the evil spirits of the hotel's mysterious past stars Steven Weber of Wings as Jack Torrance and Rebecca De Mornay of The Hand That Rocks the Cradle as his wife Wendy.
The Shining is not what people perceive it to be.
It's a story about a family that's trying to save itself.
Also starring Pat Hingle, Melvin Van Peebles, and Cortland Mead.
Miniseries form is the single best format because it allows the length to serve the story instead of the story having to serve the length.
The Shining is directed by Mick Garris, the director of The Stand.
We're telling the whole story of the book. The story it tells is huge in scope.
I love miniseries.
Action!
Jack?
Coming, sweetheart. I am the caretaker.
Stephen King's The Shining.
Your reservation for terror has been booked. It's a story about a family that shows up in an extremely bad place, a place that goes to work on the father and the son, and begins to twist them out of shape, trying to bend them back and forth until one of them breaks. The wife is caught in the middle, and it was written at a time in my life when I was adjusting to the idea of kids, and I was adjusting to the idea that not all my emotions about my children were the ones that I'd come in contact with on Father Knows Best and Ozzie and Harriet and all those shows of my childhood, which were what I knew of the nuclear family since I didn't grow up in one myself. So what I'm saying is I think The Shining is a really good ghost story, but it's a story about a hotel with a history, a malevolent history that has a way of coming back to life, and it's also a story about a family that has a history with a lot of ghosts and a lot of unquiet spirits. So the hotel and the marriage mirror each other, and if that says something about dysfunction, it does. But what the story is about, to me, is terror and suspense and hopefully an audience on the edge of their seat.
This story really is about family and parental guilt, just plain human guilt, redemption, love. I mean, this guy loves his family desperately, but every obstacle that can be thrown in his way is there. But it's all about saving himself and those around him. And saving his soul does not necessarily mean saving his own life. It takes place in the middle of the Rocky Mountains, way in the middle of nowhere. There's nothing nearby. There's snow. There are all of the elements. And there are all of the special effects. There are ghosts. Every kind of special effect you can imagine. A lot of surprises that even the readers of the book will find shocking when seen presented visually.
We flew from here up to Bangor, Maine, where Steve lives, and Steve met us at the airport in his truck, and his first question was, what did you think of the Stanley Hotel? And we both said, we have to shoot the movie there. And Steve said, I've been waiting to hear that for 18 years. He said, you've made it, it's a dream come true for me, because that was his fantasy. This is what he wrote, and this is why we're here. It's not just casuals. The hotel it was the first role that we cast, was the role of the hotel. And when you see the movie, you'll realize that it is a role. It is alive. This place is definitely alive.
The interest in doing this role for me was in that it was an emotional role. It's not straight horror, despite the perception. It has many levels, many values, and that I'm interested in portraying, you know. And while he does end up becoming a maniac of sorts, there's a vulnerability to it, and that's appealing to me. And I found the storyline itself overall very appealing, and again very emotional, not just horror or macabre. It was sad, a little tragic too.
Kissing, kissing. Oh, that's what I've been missing.
Oh, Jack. You scared me.
Well, sure I did. You scare easy, Wendy. That's why you want to leave.
Well, the thing that I absolutely loved about this script was just how much of a metaphor it was for the demons that strike the all-American families. It's, you know, a family that's in this hotel that is seemingly becomes haunted. But the real haunting that really struck me as an actress is the haunting of rage within individuals and what it does to a family. Rage is a big problem in society, and people don't know what to do with their rage. And then rage, you know, you take alcohol, for example, is a big thing in our country, to take alcohol to kind of keep it at bay, but it doesn't. In fact, it sort of enrages the whole situation. And the metaphor of the havoc that this wreaks on a family is what Stephen King has created.
You shut up. You can't hurt me. Without Danny and Jack to help you, you're nothing. You're just spooks.
When I read for the script the first time, I felt like I was Danny, not somebody else. Danny. I felt what he felt, and I knew I was gonna be him.
We have to get out of here.
What are you talking about, Doc?
This place was bad. Everything bad that happened here is still here. It wants us. All of us. But most of all, I think it wants me the most.
Stephen doesn't fool you. He delivers. That you only know at the end, but people now know enough that he's going to deliver that you can sort of go, it's like when I go to a restaurant and I find something good on the menu, I always order the same thing. I don't want surprises. I want to know it's going to be a good meal. And this is going to be a great meal.
Now you listen to me. I've had some bad dreams here myself and some bad feelings. And maybe a half a dozen times I've seen things. Not real things, but not nice either.
What were they, Dick?
I don't need to go into details, boy. But once it had to do with those damned hedge animals. And I saw something in one of the rooms. I want you to promise me that you'll never go in there. That you'll just steer right clear.